for several years, I've been struck by the fact that tennis is in a difficult situation. I know it doesn't look like that because we have unbelievable champions, we have great tournaments, but if you look more in details, you realize that the average age of the tennis fan is 61 years old, which is quite old for a sport. And even more worrying, those fans are getting older every year, which means just that tennis is unable to renew its fan base. And we're literally living on the fan base that has been created in the 70s and the 80s. And there are no new fans that come to tennis. The reason why tennis has been so successful in the 70s and the 80s is because it was bringing so much emotion. The personalities on the court were incredible. They were sharing their emotions with the crowd. All the players were very easy to identify because they were showing so much of who they were. And all this has disappeared because nowadays the players, most of them have the same attitude on the court. It's very difficult to identify them. And the code of conduct is so tough that they don't dare sharing any emotions. So that's, I think, one of the explanation, because the reason why people watch sport is to feel something. They want to feel emotions. So if the players don't give emotions, it's more difficult to get into it. The world has completely changed, and the way to consume, that people consume sports and videos has completely changed the last 10, 20 years. And the format of tennis has not moved at all. And if you look at it today, it's a bit old-fashioned. I think the sport in itself, the tennis, is an unbelievable sport. Once you fall in love with tennis, it's for life. But the show that comes with it is very old-fashioned, and I think it needs to be a bit renewed. And that's the whole idea about UTS.
You talk about showing the emotions and how you want to revolutionize tennis, but how will the public and the spectators interact? How will it be different?
I think the whole experience will be completely different. The format will be shorter and more adapted to how people consume videos nowadays.
And it's a three-pointer. We say about, this being similar to basketball with the 4 quarters. You ought to get the 3-pointers, and that was sunk from distance from Richard Gasquet.
Much more dynamic. What we want is the people at home watching on their couch. I want them to jump out of the couch every 2-3 minutes because they'll be surprised, they'll have emotions. Why? Because we're going to create an environment that will help the players express their emotions and show who they are. The code of conduct is going to be much lighter. Of course, we need to set up limits. There has to, but there will be, like, within those limits, a space for freedom, a space where they can express what they feel and how they feel.
Oh, what a way to win it!
We also involve a few other people in the show, not only the 2 players, but also the environment of the players will be involved in the show. And at the changeover, we'll find a way to have interaction between the players and the people at home.
Benoit, that was another tough quarter. Can you give me your assessment of that?
It was good until 4 hole, and after 15 points in a row, so 19-4. I think he's ready to win US Open already, and not me.